Welcome back for the penultimate final here of the British Junior Open 2019 here at the University of Birmingham. We have the girls under 19 final, an all Egyptian affair between the number 1 seed Hania El Hammay and the number 2 seed Shiha. Well, I'm Simon Park, and joining me for this match is Graham Williams. Good afternoon, Graham.
Good afternoon, Parky. This is my last mission of the day.
Are you ready for it?
I certainly am. I think I've just about recovered from that whirlwind that was the boys under 17 final.
Yes, you and Paul commentated on that one. I had a little, well, call it a break, but I was actually watching, so I was feeling the tension amongst the Sam Todd supporters and the England crew. Unfortunately, couldn't close it out, but
the Dunlop British Junior Open.
Congratulations to his opponent.
Girls under 19, final match. Shiha of Egypt to serve. Hania El Hammay to receive. Best of 5 games. Lovell.
So 105 in the world, Shiha.
And out.
Against 17. This is senior women and talking PSA.
Yeah, I'm sure that ranking maybe is a little bit misleading.
Yeah, I'm sure she's at least playing close to top 50 level, Shiha.
Yes, let.
Soon find out. It's a good marker for her, isn't it, to play someone like Hammamy. Both of these girls looked a little bit bemused by the MC, Jack Turney, earlier, but we were finding it very amusing.
Yeah, he's got some cracking lines on him.
Hand out. 1-2.
So first point on the board for Shiha.
What's your gut feeling, Graham? Do you think Shiha can make any headway against Hammamy?
3-1.
Well, I've actually not seen her play so far, but I was really impressed with Hammamy in a match semi-final against England's Elise Lazarus. I know you'd mentioned in that game that she maybe in the quarters had looked a little bit nervous, but I think if she comes out and plays as she did in that semi-final, I think she's a clear favourite. She's got experience and beaten some really good, senior players over the course of the year, so I think she'd start as a favourite. But I'm sure she has got her own ideas here and feels that she can cause an upset.
Yeah, as usual for one of the Egyptian girls, she's got a huge backhand.
Powerful stuff.
Hammamy, obviously she can hit the ball hard, but she's more of a crisp hitter, I think, rather than just going for all-out power.
Yeah, agreed. Girls certainly testing out the quality of Dunlop's ball, though, at the start of this.
Yeah,
start of this final.
More than some of the lads, I think, in this tournament. Definitely needs, when you've got a full programme on one court, you definitely need more than one ball. It needs changing, well, it needs to change in every match, really, but perhaps not for the under-11s, under-13s, but definitely later on.
Nice touch.
It's well put away by Hammamy.
Yeah, out on it in a flash. and ripping the ball into the open space on the right-hand side. Have you seen anything of Shiha in this tournament, Parky?
Yeah, I've commentated on her a couple of times, and yeah, she's just very aggressive with her hitting, and it's Route 1 squash, like a few of the Egyptian girls. Very strong on the backhand side. She's gutsy as well, and as you can see, quick. Certainly not going to be easy for Hammamy in this long rally here.
No let.
Yeah, I mean, my early observations is El Hammamy does have a little bit more variation. She's got that ability to use the strings to leave the ball really short in the front, and she, you know, maybe takes a little bit off some of her length when needed.
Absolutely, it's the weight of shot, isn't it?
Just little subtle differences.
Yeah, and that's the difference between the top players, in men's and women's, that they can really, as you say, use the subtleties, change the pace a little bit. It's affecting the movement of your opponent. That's what you want to do, isn't it? Rather than just bash it relentlessly.
4-7.
It's a good lift from Hammamy. That's good width and depth there from Hammamy.
8-4.
Some decent long rallies here, both players being quite patient.
Yeah, it's a little bit different to the final we just watched, where it was almost all-out attack. Well, that's clever, clever.
9-4.
Yeah, that is class. That is a sign of a top pro, being able to find that space out of nowhere. It's a nice finish as well. Just a bit of a feeding session that last rally. Hammamy was very much enjoying herself.
Yeah, and I think that's something that she does, that she's showing she does a little bit better than her opponent here in the first game, is just the ability to leave the ball that little bit shorter in the front.
It's good utilisation of the front wall, the height. Hammamy, she's got a chance here.
Down. Game 11-4 to Hammamy. Hammamy
Well, she's taken it first time of asking. El Hammamy, the #1 seed here from Egypt, taking the first game 11-4 in 8 minutes. She leads by 1 game to love.
Yeah, confident start from the #1 seed, El Hammamy. Lots of crisp striking of the ball, mixing in some little deft touches in and around the front, especially on the volley. Just keeping her opponent guessing at all times. She's carried on from where she left off in the semi-finals yesterday and has taken a 1-game lead and looking supremely confident in this girl under-19 final.
15 seconds. Hammamy leads 1 game to love. Love all. And yeah, I think the ball was down. Yes, it was down. 1 love. And out.
It's good pressure from Shiha.
1 all.
Such a strength area, that backhand, especially on the volley.
Yeah, very extreme hitting.
Not up. 2-1.
There's a nice bit of touch there. We've not seen that in the first game. Managed to leave that ball very short. Opened up the face.
Didn't know she had a drop shot.
Might have been a miss it.
Just being facetious. Obviously just using her strengths with that power game, Shiha. But I suppose it's a real surprise, isn't it? If you playing that rhythm all the time and then just whipping a drop shot. Even more effective.
Yeah, I mean, your opponent's tee position is going to drop back a bit because they're scared of the power that you're hitting with, and you've played it so many times that quick drop shot's definitely going to catch you out.
I let. You should play the ball. Next time it'd be no let. That ball. 2 all from the right.
That is probably a good decision. The ball was slightly behind her. All she could do was flick high. I mean, there's much more knowledgeable people in the room here that disagree with me. Way more knowledgeable, but got to go with what the referee says.
Yeah, I mean, I agree with you, Parky. It might not be a popular decision, but it certainly encourages the players to play the ball.
Oh, clever. That is cheeky. Nice smile from Hammamy. That's brilliant. Talk about playing the ball.
Just a little bit of hold.
That is clever. I've been on the receiving end of that kind of thing from Jansher Khan a few times. He was a legend at that.
Who was that, sorry?
Jansher Khan.
No let. Ball was too deep.
Who's he?
Line.
Never heard of him. He was a decent player.
Line. Should have gone to behind.
Yeah, sorry, I just misheard you there, Parky.
He's the only guy that did that regularly. That was very clever. I couldn't do that. Look at my opponent and then play the shot. Missed the ball.
Down. Hand out. 3-5.
Good response so far from Shiha at the start of the second.
4-5.
Yeah, she's taken the game to Hammamy. As much as possible, trying to step in front and anticipate and use her pace and athleticism.
No let. 5 all. Ball was too short. He went looking for the player. Went to look for the ball.
It's turned around pretty quickly here. Hammamy back level at all square at 5 all.
has led.
Ball is glued to the side
Final.
wall, but there was, I think Hammamy was in a line.
Quickly, please.
Yeah, a bit of a wild one there from Shiha, trying to generate a little bit too much pace, popped out into the middle, and no mistake from the world number 17, El Hammay.
Down. Hand out. 6-all. Down. Hand out. 7-6.
Clever shot.
Just scraped it up, Hammamy well straightened. Got herself out of pressure there quite well.
Yeah, I must admit I'm impressed with the reaction from Shiha. She started using some softer options that I didn't know she had, and it's sort of, oh, look at that.
It's good variation in the skies.
7-all.
Wonderful shot.
Just keeping El Hammamy on her toes here. She doesn't quite know, it's not quite as predictable as just that one-paced hard stuff to the back. She's having to cover more of the court.
I think you're right, Graham. I think she's been saving some of this stuff as well for the final.
8-7.
Certainly giving Hammamy lots to think about, that's for sure.
Yeah, not having this second game all her own way like the first. Still using that power, but just mixing it up with some softer variations.
Yeah, she's certainly an exciting talent, Shiha.
Down.
That's unlucky. It was the right shot to play.
9-7.
Just tried to be a bit too complicated with it. Yeah, it won't be long before we see Shiha flying up the rankings, hot on the heels of Hammamy.
Yeah, I mean, that's something that all Egyptian players do, don't they? They transition from juniors to seniors so quickly.
Especially the girls. I mean, the boys
Yes,
do as
sir.
well, but the girls are even quicker at transitioning.
9-7.
I still think Rami Ashur was the quickest, sort of from the bottom of the PSA rankings to get top 10. I think it was about 9 months. Or at least top 20. That's what happens there when you just keep winning. Just a bit loose there, and Hammamy had read it.
10-7.
Yeah, and just at the business end of this second, El Hammamy pulling away. She's got a 3-point lead, 3 game balls.
I'm impressed with Hammamy here because in junior events she can get
11-7
nervous, but she's been really
Hammamy
focused in
leading
this
2
match,
games to love.
showing her experience at this level, at the top level. Great finish there. So the second game goes to Hammamy, the number 1 seed, 11-7 in 10 minutes. She leads by 2 games to love.
So a good start from Shiha in the second. Blending that raw power she's got with some softer options and asking a few more questions of a higher seeded opponent. But like the true champion she is, El Hammamy, she found a way to adapt, gain control of the game, and then pull away at the end with some exquisite short shots. And she takes a 2-0 lead, and it looks a long way back for Shiha now in this girls under-19s final.
Hammamy leads 2 games to love. Love all.
So Hania El Hammay in full flow now, looking really focused in this final.
Not up.
I mean, that's
One love.
pretty special for a first point.
Yeah, she's got the comfort of a 2-game lead.
Stroke. Hammamy.
And I think we're going to see the full repertoire here in the third.
She's just taking her time in between points, being careful. That's a lovely shot from back in 3/4 court area. So hard to set off from that point, the low drop shot.
Yeah, that second bounce comes pretty quickly and pretty high up the court.
Down. 4 love.
Yeah, that's a lovely finish.
5 love. Left box.
Yeah, another lovely backhand drop. A little bit higher up the court this time, but the same effect.
Down. And out. 1-5.
Again, nice idea. Just found the top of the tin though. Big ask for Shiha now to come back from this parky.
Down. Hand out. 6-1.
Yeah, it certainly is.
I'm sure she'll just be taking it a point at a time.
Well, it's just one of those games, isn't it, where the much higher ranked player, more experienced player,
7-1.
both are playing pretty well, but the more experienced one tends to pull away in that third game. A couple of errors and a couple of winners before you know it, you're 7-1 down.
Yeah, and that's certainly the case here. El Hammamy playing brilliantly well, showing a
8-1.
full repertoire of shots. Look at this one.
You can see that she's just so focused. She's framed herself before this game, really set a stall out, made sure every shot has purpose.
Not up.
That's a nice shot.
Hand out. 2-8. Out. 3-8.
Well, we haven't had many unforced errors from Hammamy. That was a bit of a poor one, but she's got a few points to play with. What a pickup that was.
She's got it
Wonderful
on the
pickup.
mistake.
Hand out.
Great determination from
9-3.
Hammamy. It's not often you see her scrambling like that, but she shows she's got the ability to scramble as well.
Yeah, and that ball keeps coming back. You maybe try and do a little bit too much with that drop.
That's
That's good variation, and the very, very focused #1 seed Hammamy has 7 match balls now. 7 championship points to take this trophy.
Down.
She's done it. First time of asking. A good effort from Shiha. Good tournament, but in the end, Hammamy just a little bit too good, too much class. The number 17 in the world.
11-3.
Giving her opponent a little bit of a lesson. Shiha, though, is a real star, a real prospect for the future, and no doubt she'll be flying up the rankings very, very soon. So Hania El Hammay, the #1 seed, comes through 11-4, 11-7, 11-3 in 26 minutes. She is the British Under-19 girls champion.
Well, Hania, British Junior Open champion. How do you feel?
It feels amazing. It's my last British Junior Open. I wanted to make it last, and I'm so happy to play it against Jana. She's a good friend, and I'm glad she sneaked out yesterday in a tough match.
Yeah, absolutely. And the chance to play in front of all these people, a massive crowd, isn't it? A fantastic venue. It must be an absolute thrill.
It's my first time to play here in Birmingham. The venue is amazing, and I love playing on this court, and I love the crowd, of course.
And of course, how are you going to celebrate tonight?
Not sure yet, but I'll eat lots of Krispy Kreme, I guess. Yeah.
All right. Celebrate well. Ladies and gentlemen, your champion, Hania El Hammay.
Yeah, it's a case of job done for the #1 seed, El Hammamy. She'll have come in here as red-hot favourite, expecting to win, given a world ranking of 17, and in the final she didn't disappoint. A real masterclass, really. Showed good variations, mixing up the pace as well, and severe short hitting. As we see some of the fantastic winning shots, and this is the moment she takes the title. And there she is, the 2019 Girls Under-19 champion.